Well, hello everyone. It's good to be back, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
For the most part.
It's great.
Even though I'm sitting beside you, it's good to be back.
It's good to be back, yeah.
Oh man, dude, it's been a good week, hasn't it so far?
That's good.
Once again, confession time, right out of the gate. We're recording on the wrong day again, believe it or not. We're recording on a Wednesday, right? Yeah, it's a Wednesday.
Yeah, it's Wednesday,
and we
yeah.
like to do Monday. I'm pretty sure the Monday thing was, I don't know. It's
You
kind of
don't think
meant
it's
for
gonna
the
work out.
birds. Because I was like, I don't know. It doesn't seem to happen anymore.
Well, yeah. I
But-
knew
but
summer would
that's
get
not bad.
busier and get harder, but
That's true.
the idea, I like the idea still.
Yeah. So for this podcast, this is gonna be very interesting. We're gonna just kind of do another one of the whatever comes to mind, random questions, like just a fun, not exactly a topic, basically. So if we
Yeah.
end up talking about Preston for the whole time, then
I hope not.
that's what it is.
We'd better not.
It would be the
otherwise we'll
shortest
lose all-
podcast ever.
All listeners.
It would be the shortest podcast ever. So we're kind of, what?
You think my life's that boring?
Yeah, kind of is.
Oh.
Honestly. Dude, you like work and sleep, that's it. Like,
Practically.
see, like I work and sleep and I eat
It's
occasionally.
Well, yeah, I do that. You literally have more of a boring life than I do.
No, I fully disagree.
What do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah,
what
what's,
do you mean,
like, what
do
does
I
your
do?
day consist of? Work, obviously eat, sleep.
Okay, so I go to work in the morning. Well, I get up first. Usually,
Right.
I'm like going to work in my bed. No, usually I get up, I go to work, and then I come home in the evenings, and there's only been one night
You'll
this week.
podcast with me. That makes it interesting.
No, dude, look. There's only been one night that I haven't had plans. And it was like really nice. I was able to just sit in my recliner. I think I watched some basketball. I'm not even sure what I did, honestly.
So you finally have one free evening, and you use that evening to watch basketball.
Well, yeah, because you take up so much of my time.
No,
That
but
like
I'm just saying all the things you can do proactive and productive.
Yeah.
You watch basketball.
it could be productive. It just depends on how you look at it.
No, I get it. When you've been working all day, it's just
It just teaches me like eye coordination or something. Like watching.
watching the screen, keeping track of the ball. That's
Yep, eye
difficult.
coordination.
Yeah.
So I'm getting good screen time in, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
To get this ball rolling.
Yep.
What is a question that you had or something that you had brought? Don't look at me like you didn't bring anything to talk about, because you're supposed to bring something to talk about. So if you didn't bring anything, make something up right now, because I'm giving you like 10 seconds.
Oh, well, I just love how you like came at it like you had something that you're bringing.
That-
you had a
see,
question
that's-
and you literally just flipped
Yep,
it.
that's how I intentionally did that.
Oh my.
So
Okay.
let's talk about something.
Yeah.
What should we talk about?
Oh, well, no, this is just a rant. Like I said, I have a lot of randomness. Some of this I have been thinking about. Some of this I had just seen. And like, oh, this would be really interesting.
Oh, I have a question, actually. I thought of one. Some
Okay.
people's lives are born with purpose. Some people... I can't believe I'm actually going here. Could you be one of those just like kind of like born for random?
What?
Yeah, like, so you know how, like, because you're kind of random. You just said you're random. So, like, you just kind of whatever, whenever, wherever. Like, are you, like, purposeful? Or are you just, like,
I
random?
hope I'm purposeful. I feel
I
like
agree.
as a Christian life, you should be you should
Yeah,
have
I
a very,
agree.
very purposeful life. So it's something I've worked on, and like I hope so.
You're pretty
I would say
purposeful.
just my Monday life though is fairly random. Like what will
You
end up
live
happening.
kinda just,
I
like,
kinda
whatever.
Probably live randomly.
Yeah.
Although mentally I don't, because I like it very planned out if I can. But how I just live life is kind of random. But I feel like you are mentally random, but you live your life a lot more organized. I feel like.
Really? I don't think...
In
You
a
should
way.
ask my wife. I don't think I'm that organized.
Yeah.
I don't really
Yeah,
think...
I feel like you've been more organized since you've been married, but that would make sense. 'Cause your
Right.
wife probably organized.
But I think she organizes a lot of my stuff to make me look organized. That's probably more true than not true.
Yeah.
Honestly. But anyway, okay, go ahead. That was random. Oh, man, I know.
That was really random. Well,
Dang
this
myself.
is very random, and it's not going to obviously involve much, but it's just a very random thought. A straw.
Dude, of all things to talk about, you want to talk about a straw?
I do, yeah. It's just so interesting, and I've actually thought about it, and I
Okay.
can't figure it out.
Okay, what are we
Does
talking
a
about?
straw have one hole or two holes on either end? Because listen, if you think about it, you like turn one end, it has one hole, and you turn on it has two holes. So you think it has two holes, but then when you actually think about it, it's one solid tube that's just one hole. It has one hole that goes all the way through it.
So you're wanting to know.
So does the straw have one hole or two holes? Because I go back and forth about it. Like, in one sense, it 100% has two holes. Because you
no.
just like flip it has one hole right here, and you flip it and it has another hole right here.
No, I honestly I can't see it that way.
Okay, you see
it only has one. There's nothing that like stops it or blocks it to make it two holes. There literally is nothing, dude. It's one continuous thing.
So then say we split the straw in half and you hold it. Now we have two holes.
Correct, because the straw's in half.
Right.
You would not have four.
So you don't have four holes.
No. It's one continuous thing. There's no way. Like, I don't look at a straw and go, okay, this end is one end. Okay, they're different ends, I should say, but there's no different holes. It's one big hole with ends on it. Right? I mean, I don't know.
So, so you like a buried culvert under like a roadway or something. If you're on one side of the road, you'd be looking at them like, oh, look, there's a hole in the ground. You go on the other side, oh, there's a hole in the ground.
Yep. It's the same hole.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the same hole. Whether or not that's like how we look at it or how humans and like see it, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It is one hole. If you disagree, like
I never fully jumped into a conclusion. It was just something that I just threw back and forth and back and forth. Yeah.
I can see you. You're literally sitting there your entire life. Is a straw this or that? Like, dude, all kind of the better things you gotta process is like straws.
No, it's just when I get tired of processing the things I don't want to process, it's like, okay, it's time to just think of something very lighthearted and kind of, I don't know, that doesn't take me very deep. Just to
random question. Do you like garage sailing?
Yeah, I actually do.
You do?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Why?
I don't know. Just curious.
I actually do. Yeah.
Okay.
Partially probably because like I grew up with my parents doing it. And it was like always the fun, like, oh, we get to set out during a full weekend and
sell stuff.
Yeah, and I remember I'd always get money from some of the toys and stuff I would sell on the garage sale. And so it was always like a highlight, and then we get to go garage sale. It was always fun. We went with like
me and you should do a garage sale of other people's stuff somehow. We should go to somebody's house and
it's
then
called selling the stolen items that you've got.
Well, we're not stealing. We're selling them. It's not really stealing.
And giving the money back to them.
Well, probably, and we charge them interest.
So we just like go to somebody's house and just sell all the items.
Yeah, and then charge them interest and give them the money back. Like, I don't really care. It could be a business.
Why? Do you like garage selling?
Kind of. I mean, I don't know. It depends. I really do if they're good.
Yeah.
Now, it feels like over the years, it's kind of got worse. I remember when I was like 5, 6, like, oh man, it was fun, and you could find good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, now it's like you pretty much are finding people's garbage they didn't want to take to the dump. It feels like to me.
Right.
But I haven't been in a couple years, I guess.
So I like a lot better if you can go with a purpose, I feel like just
like something in mind.
It's like I need a certain amount of items or something that's like, okay, this is what I want to accomplish.
Well, yeah, you're probably right.
Anyway.
Notice I haven't got enough screen time today, so I'm like pulling out my phone like, what can I do? Because
okay, I'm impressed. You're a little more put together, so you've actually looked like you come to hair
Dude,
tonight.
I'm put together. I'm always put together. I'm never in pieces.
You actually come to hair tonight?
Yeah, because I got out of the shower like not
Fishbowl
that
looks
long.
semi-clean, although it looks a little brownish.
No, fish tank is clean.
Or fish tank.
Dude, what'd you call it?
Fishbowl or something?
Fishbowl?
Probably.
Oh, my word.
Tank bowl. Like, a lot of people have bowls.
Good point. Okay, question for you. Oh, man, before I really start laughing. What happens if you push an immovable object?
What in the world? I am lost. Anyway, keep going. Yeah.
I'm trying. Give me a second. All right, ready? I'm going to try this again.
Okay.
I don't think I'll break down this time. What happens?
That's when you cry.
What? Well, I kind of am crying. I was laughing pretty hard inside. What happens if you push an immovable object with an unstoppable force? For one, I guess, is that possible? It's like a stationary object.
Yeah.
Can't be moved.
What object can't be moved?
That's a good point. Okay, let me think about it. I didn't think about that. Obviously, because otherwise I would have had an answer. Okay, like the Earth. Well, I guess technically the Earth could be moved.
Could be moved. Like,
so you basically shut down that question.
Pretty much. I mean, I don't know what can't, like, Matt on what you get it big enough. I mean, like, it can be moved.
That's true. You could technically move a mountain. Okay, so I've had smarter moments. It's basically what you just told me. I've had smarter moments. I'm realizing that now.
Yeah, I feel like it can be moved.
Okay, but I really feel like there's things that are unmovable.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't come up with any.
I don't think there are.
I mean, you're pretty heavy, dude.
Definitely movable. Trust me, I gotta move myself around every day.
I really think there's an answer to this, but I can't come up with it, so.
I mean, if there was an immovable object, but it's the hypothetical, like I can't hardly fathom it because I think if anything is movable. I mean, no, maybe I can't move it, but you get something big enough.
Something could move it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay, anyway.
No,
cool.
Yeah.
That was not a good, don't say good question because it wasn't.
No.
Bang, bad question.
Okay, something that I was just like, it was just a thought. I don't know. I think I may have mentioned to you before. I don't know.
Not second straw fact.
No, it's not a straw. It's a little more. What was Samson in the Bible ripped? Like ripped as far as like just beef built? Because like I'm not saying everyone, but pretty much all the Bible story books or kids like illustration books I can think of, you see Samson and he just has crazy huge muscles. Which I see why they drew that and stuff because like he did crazy things and he tore the mouth or used a jawbone to
lifted gates off the city and
so like I get that. So does that mean that he was ripped?
Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna stick up for why I feel like they do that in Bible story books.
Yeah.
So like if you're a child, how are you gonna like? So we correlate strength. Like if I saw you right now, if you were standing here in front of me, and there was this bodybuilder standing beside you, and somebody said, "Well, who do you think is stronger?" Okay, well that's a no-brainer, right?
Basically, if it was me and then some weak guy standing beside me because I'm the bodybuilder.
Correct, because you look like you are a ripped bodybuilder. Okay, so basically what I mean is if a kid is reading a Bible story book or whatever, and they're reading about Samson, he's doing all these crazy things, he's pushing over the pillars, and well, maybe it was like the temple, or no, it's not the temple, I forget, I don't even know.
It was the doors to, like, I think the city.
He was ripping off doors, but he also pushed pillars. It's pretty obvious this guy's, like, super strong.
Yeah.
But as a child, if they put a little skinny dude, it's going to be really hard I feel like, for a kid to understand that. Where if you make this guy that's just massive, they're like, oh yeah, he was strong.
Yeah.
Right? And it's obvious because we correlate strength with like what they look like or
right.
To some extent. So I feel like that's kind of why it's that way.
So basically you're using the drawings to make it believable instead of having to make it the actual God's given strength. God's like, because any guy with like, no matter how ripped you are, I mean, at least from like descriptions and I've seen people talk about and stuff, like ripping the gates off a city wall and carrying them up the hill is like impossible. Like, well,
it's supernatural, completely. Yeah.
So it's obviously it's not because maybe he was ripped, but either way, it wasn't using his crazy muscles. But like it bothers. Well, it doesn't bother. It actually kind of bothers me now that I think about it because it's like some of those things are so locked in my mind, and it's like Satan was Satan. Wow. Satan, yeah.
Oh, boy, dude. You guys straight here.
Samson was just like this crazy beef dude.
Yeah.
Not that it ultimately matters, but
do you think he was, though?
No, I don't think he was.
I want to think he was a really skinny dude. Like,
I kind of do.
I want to imagine
I always picture like a little now, like not picture, like it's hard to picture, but like I want to think him as like a little, like kind of Zacchaeus, like a short little dude.
No, not short. That's not.
Maybe,
no, not short.
Why?
No, I fully disagree. Tall and skinny. Like, not short. Dude, short is...
I don't know. I just kind of picture this little tiny scrawny dude. Like, can you imagine literally picking up like the jawbone?
Just to prove the supernatural point even more.
Like, God's going to use something like... That would show God's like working all the more through him. But like this short little...
Somebody like you, basically.
Swinging,
yeah.
Sure. I'm not short, but
yes,
scrawny.
You are. Dude, you're like 6'1".
Yeah. That's not necessarily short.
Depending on who you're comparing yourself to. You should look up the average height.
That's what I was just going to do.
I guarantee it's actually probably below that. I would say average height, I'm going to guess, is like 5'11". Well, okay, it depends on male or female.
I'm typing in male.
Okay, average height then is 6 foot.
Average height?
Yeah, 6 foot for male.
5.
Really?
5 feet 8 inches.
No way. 5'8" is the average guy?
So, I'm tall.
Okay, you're tall. Okay.
Anyway, no, I guess that was another interesting fact. But
Yeah.
I picture him as just a short, little, scrawny dude, and then like swinging a jawbone, just like slaying all these Philistines.
Like this little Zacchaeus.
Or like literally picks up this massive gate that's like way too huge for him. But also like, just like an interesting thought because like okay, like they had to ask where his strength come from. Well, I mean, obviously he's doing like
That's
unbelievable things, but at the
true.
same time, if you're this bulk dude that's just
They're
massive
just gonna
and
assume
beast,
you're
it's not gonna be
superior.
as much as like where does your strength come from? Where does your strength lie? I mean, it'd be kind of obvious. It might be like I don't see how you have that much strength, but like it does make a little bit of sense. Like you're just this beef dude. You got this workout. Like he's probably not just like doing all these like it doesn't. At least in the Bible, it didn't even look like he had a job or anything. Like, I mean, I'm sure he probably had to do something.
Right, but
to
it
make a living,
appeared that
but
he
it
just
wasn't
kinda-
like that he was this like stonemason or something.
Right.
It was just like swinging hammers. And so, I mean, it just looked like he was traveling to the Philistine cities basically and hanging out with the girls or whatever.
Right.
But
That's
like,
pretty much.
but the fact that like Delilah or whatever was it Delilah? Yeah, that had to like ask him, where does your strength lie? Like, how are you so strong? That's why I want to picture him as like a little scrawny dude. This
So you
like
picture a short, scrawny dude with long hair because he had long
Yeah,
hair
he had
because
long
that's
hair.
where his strength lied.
I almost picture his hair about as long as he tall.
Oh,
as he
I
is.
totally. Well, dude, what kind of guy are you? Oh my
I
word!
mean, if you like braid it up or something,
That's
to
true.
pick it up off the ground.
So I guess I don't really have a problem with when people depict him as ripped. I don't
Yeah.
because
I
the
genuinely
Bible
don't either.
the Bible never really clarifies
Yeah.
whether or not he was.
Yeah.
But I kind of personally want to imagine him as this really super skinny guy, ripping gates, like completely super. I mean, obviously it was supernatural.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean it was completely supernatural, but it's just like, can you imagine even like watching that as a person and just being like, this guy's like, what's he doing?
Right.
But yeah, they asked him. I forget. Yeah, they had to ask him where his strength lied.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. I think if he would have been this massive bodybuilder, like a huge guy, they would have been like, okay, maybe he's just abnormally strong for what
Right.
he looks like.
Yeah.
That's good.
It was so interesting. It's made me think. I was talking with some of my workers with it, coworkers and stuff, and it was a really fun conversation. But, yeah,
That's
I don't know.
it's
It was really really like interesting to talk about. The only thing I can think of that would give him a reason of that he maybe was somewhat strong, like just physically, because as soon as they cut his hair, he lost the strength that God had given him. Then
He
they
ended up,
poked his
like,
eyes out and they put him
grinding
in,
corn.
He was
or
grinding
something, right?
corn,
Yeah.
which I think normally animals, especially, that would be a fairly hard thing to do. At the same
So
time,
what
that's
if
something that one of the only things he could do being blind.
So what if he lost his strength completely then? What if he
Well,
became a normal man, you think?
I think he would. Oh yeah, definitely after they cut his hair. I think
Really?
the very interesting thing
Really?
to me is it'd be very interesting. I don't know where is that in the Bible. It'd be very interesting to go back and read it. But the thought of when he pushed the pillars at the very end, was that just
He prayed. I do know that he prayed before
prayed,
that and
right.
asked for God.
so? What did God give him back his
Yeah,
strength?
yep.
At that moment.
Yep. I think you're right.
Okay.
I think he lost it over that period of time when he got his eyes poked out and he did grain.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got it back because he prayed before and said, God, give me the strength.
Yeah.
I believe I'm pretty positive that's how it actually goes. And then God gave him the strength and he pushed over the pillars.
I wish I would have
killed
looked
him.
at that
Kill,
before time.
yeah, so much for doing your research. Come on, dude.
I wasn't
the
planning to
animal
go this
fa-
far,
like,
just as I was
Samson
thinking
fat
it,
guy.
so.
Like, do your research because I've got questions.
I just
Oh man. Okay, so I got another question.
yep.
This one, I promise, way better than my last one. That one. Which I
That's gonna
still
go
want to think
somewhere.
about that because I'm pretty sure.
No, there's
Okay.
nothing unmovable.
So, what if lying to someone made them happier? Would you still tell the truth?
No, absolutely not.
You would lie to them.
Wait, okay, say it again.
So if lying, so let's say I
Yeah.
lied to you because I knew it would
make
make
me
you
happier.
happier.
Right.
Would I tell the truth?
Like, if you knew that lying to me would make you happy, so you had the option to
Yeah.
either tell the truth and probably make it hard,
Make you
or
just
lie.
yeah, or lie.
and
Like, would I
stuff.
ever
Like,
even consider that, regardless of the
Absolutely not.
situation? You just tell them the truth every time.
No.
You tell them the truth every
Yes.
time, regardless of the
Yes.
situation.
100%. Okay, for one,
Really?
lying is wrong. For one, lying is wrong.
Okay. Right. Well, yeah.
It's a
Right.
given. It's never gonna end up in the long run getting you in a better place.
That's I think where it starts.
It never is.
Yeah.
Because,
Oh
like,
yeah.
I'm any situation. My son died.
Oh,
like
that's a bad
say I had boy
situation.
and it died. He
Yeah.
got ran over on the. Okay, it
Got
died.
ran over.
I'm thinking of a dog. Let's go dog.
Yes,
My
please.
dog died. It
Let's
got ran
go
over on the
dog.
road.
Oh my word.
And,
Let's
and-
go dog, dude.
And
Wow.
I'm just like, where my dog's missing? And I mean, I haven't seen it for a day. I'm like, wow, Tristan, I wonder what happened to my dog. And you just came in from outside and you saw it sitting along the road, just flattened like a
Like, hey,
pancake.
bud, let's barbecue. No,
And you could be like, I could just tell him like, yeah, I think I saw it running in a field the other day. I think he'll come back. And lie and make me happier because I'm like, yeah, it'll return. It's just probably wandered off for the day or something. Or you could tell me the truth and say, hey, your dog got flattened on the road. I just saw it. It's going to end up way worse because maybe for the moment it'll give me relief.
But when
then
you
it's gonna
actually
be all the
find
worse
out?
when I do actually find out.
But how will you know, though, that I ever lied?
It doesn't matter. It's going to end.
But if you never know that let's say I did tell you that your dog was running in the field and I had saw it dead.
Right.
But you didn't discover it for another day or so.
Yeah.
Then you may think I told the truth.
Might.
So it may be
Exactly.
happier in the long run and you'll never know.
No. Okay, what's going to make it happier prolonging it?
Yeah, that's true. The kid on the road,
The
man.
sorrow is going to happen at some point. Prolonging the wonderment in the middle. But, like, that's just that exactly possible. Also, another thing is no, maybe I would never find out, but you know who's always going to find out. And who knows,
God, yeah,
right?
that's...
So, that's where I think even as Christians, it's just like, no, it's not worth it.
Yeah, I agree.
But then if you even look on beyond that, it's like, okay, look at past the fact that it's just wrong. Look at
I've
the fact
just-
I'm like, would it be worth it? No, because...
I've just had some instances, though, where, like, I'm pretty sure, like, I can even think of some that, like, I'm pretty sure if I would have kind of, like...
Yeah.
If I would have... Okay, I guess it would have been lying, because I don't think there's a gray area. Really. Okay, maybe a little bit, but I'm not sure.
That's
Wow.
another interesting-
That's another really interesting.
Yeah.
But I feel like I could have made... I feel like it would have been better, but I think you're right. Maybe in the moment. That's where in the moment, maybe it will be. But
Yeah.
when ultimately you find out your dog got hit on the road, if it ever circles back around that you figured out I lied to you,
Yeah.
then that's going to be bad.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
And so,
that's
and
right.
I think it also depends. There might be scenarios. Okay, we'll see. That's why there's, I think, so many reasons that it's wrong. That's like, okay, across the board, it's just wrong to lie for like, okay, I guess to make a better situation or a better scenario. But like, say you look past the fact that it's just wrong, and like, okay, you have to deal with conscience before God, and like that. If you look past that fact, say it was somebody like the only situation I could think of is like, I met a stranger on the road. He asked a question. I knew saying this would somehow hurt him or whatever. I don't know the situation.
Okay,
so
yeah.
I can lie, literally never see him again. But at the same time, okay, for one, maybe that was better for you in that situation. And you walked away, it was better to lie. But for them, it's not.
Yeah.
Because no matter the situation,
Well, it's wrong,
they just
too.
got told the untruth. Now they're confused, and they need to know what's actually happening.
Yeah.
What's wrong. And so maybe it's better for you in some weird random situation, but you're still, I think, hurt in the
Yeah,
long
but it's
run.
still
worse.
wrong,
Like,
though.
it's
I
still
think the
wrong,
root of...
yeah.
Like, I asked the question just because I was curious what you were going to say. But I
You don't
really...
say yes, it's
But
totally
no,
right,
but it's wrong.
Yeah.
It's wrong. Lying is wrong.
Oh,
So...
right.
I don't care if you're wanting to make somebody's day. Well, I mean, I guess if you're having to lie, like if you got a friend and you're having to lie to him to make him happy, then you got other problems.
Yeah.
Like that's not.
Right.
You're already in a bad spot.
Yeah.
Lying is you went way too far.
Yeah.
You know, I've only had to do it to you like 10 times probably, but for most people,
Pretty
probably,
sure you did more than that.
dude. No.
In
I
years
actually
past, when you were younger.
okay, but I was actually as I was asking this and you were talking.
Exaggerating.
I was trying. Like exaggerating. Is exaggerating lying then?
I think that's what
Can
the
you
gray area is,
stretch the
because
truth a
You
little?
can get to the exaggeration that I would definitely say it's a lie. So where's that level of exaggeration that makes it wrong? Or
I don't
right?
know. If it's in question, just don't do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a safe area to go.
And I think you're right. I did exaggerate a lot.
You did.
I really did. I remember that as a kid.
But a lot of us have, I know. But like, I just remember you did. You did really good exaggerating.
Thank you for acknowledging it was a talent of mine. I'd pat myself on the back if I was facing backwards.
I think something like with that. So even that gray area thing is like, I think it's hard because I think that there could be lines where actually like maybe it's not the full truth. Maybe it's part like, oh, then is that like all a lie? Like it's so hard. Just don't
Just
don't
don't go
fudge the
there.
boundary.
Yeah.
Like You just
Yeah.
be as honest as you can. Like, no matter what, it's just a whole thought of like some new guy is like, you're at a gym. They're like, oh, you're bench pressing. How much are you bench pressing? You just like add 50 pounds. Like, maybe in the moment, but like ultimately, how much more impressed is he going to be that you bench press 50 pounds? And then if he does find out that you didn't like,
then it's going to be way worse.
Having the tangle of like, okay, I told this guy bench this much. I told this guy bench this much. They meet each other. They start talking about my bench press. And we're like, you just.
Just tell the truth.
It is not worth it.
Just tell the truth, I think.
Yeah, 100.
All right. Animal fact time.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
And by the way, you can ask me anything.
You're actually prepared this time.
I'm going to answer it.
Oh, let's go.
Okay. I did not know this at all. I actually think it's pretty cool. Sloths. You know the animals that are really slow? Tracking with me still?
Oh,
Sloths. Okay. They can hold their breath longer than dolphins. So, I don't know if you heard like dolphins can hold their breath for a long time and stuff. Maybe not. Probably not.
Yeah.
Sloths can slow their heart rate and hold their breath for up to 40 minutes, while dolphins usually surface every 10 to 15. They can literally hold their breath for 40 minutes. And then do you know why that is?
Yeah, I was just going to ask why.
Yeah, it's because they hang upside down. I'm kidding. Dude, I can't say that with a straight face. I was trying to make up something good and I just flunked it.
Where was that going?
Well, I mean, probably. Like,
so why can't they?
I have no idea.
You...
Okay, I don't know why they can't. But, dude, obviously they can. That's the root here. They can't. That's good enough. They can.
You never bring information about the animals besides one fact about the animal.
I did. I just told you something, but then I started laughing.
Before we started the podcast, you told me, oh, by the way, I have all the information about my animal in the sense to ask whatever you can.
See,
you give me the animal fact, you tell the audience that.
Because, see, I was, like, lying for your benefit.
And a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah,
and
I was
then
like...
you literally go as far as to literally ask the question for yourself to prove the point that you literally don't have it figured out.
Yeah, because... I knew in the beginning when I told you that. I wanted this to happen.
So why do they?
I don't know.
You genuinely don't know.
No, let's look it up. Okay.
Why? Because...
What do you want to know? Okay.
Why they can hold their breath for 40 minutes? You're literally being a detriment to the people. To me. Because you're literally taking something that I had no interest in. A sloth. I had no clue that can hold his breath. And then you make me interested in it. I'm like, that is so crazy. It has 40 minutes. And then you literally bring up the question to prove a fact that...
Okay, I found out why. Okay. Found out why. Boom. Just like that. Light bulb moment. Yeah. I just thinking of it here. I forgot it. That's what it was. I forgot it. Oh, but I'm remembering. I was reading through my notes.
Yeah. Yep.
So the reason they can hold their breath is because their incredible, supposedly slow metabolism and heart rate. Which to me doesn't make much sense because I don't know really hardly what metabolism and heart rate have to do.
Yeah, probably because like breathing puts like oxygen in your blood and like
that's
your
true.
System, and so when they don't, it's probably hardly going throughout the body. They don't need to like just. So it's not necessarily something for them to live. It's literally just because they live so slowly, they don't need to.
Okay, but so for me,
a lot of them, whales need it to be able to go down the bottom and get fish and stuff.
They're not whales. They're dolphins.
I'm just proving a point.
No, whales and dolphins is not proving any point.
God didn't give it. God gave it to them through the fact that they just live a slow life.
Dude, was Jonah swallowed by a dolphin?
For the fact for them to actually... Okay.
Do you think Jonah was swallowed by a dolphin?
No. It says a whale. It says large fish.
Large fish.
It does, and a whale's not a fish.
It says large fish, and a whale's not a fish. He was probably swallowed by like a tuna. Anyway, okay. So when I think of an animal fact, obviously I gave an animal fact, and I didn't have any proof. Because if I ever got to a point in this whole podcast thing where I actually did have more information, that would be like going against my style.
Did you actually have any information other than the fact about a sloth?
None that I didn't make up.
Oh my word.
But I mean, I can make up whatever you want to know. But okay.
You gotta be kidding me.
So, cool. Okay.
You actually said it twice. I totally believed you. You literally told me, like, clear before the podcast, like, I have all kinds of information about the animal fact. And I totally believed you.
See, I lied for your benefit. That's a classic.
You literally bring up on the podcast the question about lying. Oh, my word.
Okay, let's get back to this funny animal fact, shall we? 10 minutes later. Regardless.
Yeah.
You can't deny how impressive that is. 40 minutes?
That is
Dude,
impressive.
40 minutes?
Of holding your breath.
I mean, can you hold your breath for 40 seconds?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Should we try it?
No.
I want to try. I actually bet it'd be harder than you think.
40 seconds?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you have at 30, you have to hold it till 50.
No, you hold it. I'm talking.
that's
I'm
dumb.
here we go. Here we go.
No, okay. At 40, I'm not.
I'm starting to
through.
stopwatch. Okay,
Oh, okay.
ready? Okay. So a little bit of a confession. We got to laughing way too hard. Had to take a little time out.
You're crying, literally.
Dude, I'm crying. I have not laughed that
Oh, man.
hurt my lungs or my stomach or whatever part gets hurt. We're gonna try this again. We're back to the
I'm gonna try
the
to hold
holding your breath for 40 seconds. Okay? So, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, go. So, literally, what I was going to say, and I was having such a hard time saying it, is earlier I looked out the window when he was first holding his breath, and I saw this bird. I kid you not. It was coming, like, shooting down, like, past the window. Like, I don't know if it was, like, a hawk or something, but it came, like, shooting down past the window, and I was like, what in the world is that? And then we just, like, obviously, we started losing it, and it went downhill from there. But anyway, you're at 30 seconds. You doing all right? You're not turning too white yet. I mean, I just think, dude, like, this is 40 seconds. I mean, you're not even close. You're not even at a minute yet. In a sloth. Okay.
Right there's 40 seconds.
Okay. How
And
was
that was
it?
even coming off of laughing or like.
How do you feel?
kinda
Like,
out
was
of
it
breath, but
was it actually
It was
pretty?
a little bit harder, but I think it was because of laughing. The first time we almost hit 40 seconds.
You literally
and,
have tears running down your nose still, dude. You literally, your nose is like
wet.
wet on the end.
Yeah, it's good to laugh, you know. Laughter.
Oh,
laughter is good for the body, but.
Laughter is awesome
my-
medicine.
Well, okay, good animal fact. You know, it was very interesting. But
Here we
I
go.
still feel like you should have had more information. Like the fact you literally brought up a question and didn't have the information.
I
about
think
it,
that's so funny because I brought it up because I'm like, okay, yeah, you know, he's gonna like this, but I was making it up. Oh man, I'm like super teary eyed. But all right, you got something else?
I do.
Okay. Absolutely.
What actually is a flame?
What's a flame?
What is a flame of fire?
Well, I'm sure there's some like scientific something or other.
Like because it can burn off of wood, so it's not necessarily just like off of fumes. Because you think of like gas or something, like it's some sort of like solid liquid gas. Like it actually is, it burns off of wood. It burns off of fumes. It burns off of several different things.
Right.
What actually does it consist of? Like
That's true. Like itself,
why,
like
why
what
is
is it?
Hot?
Yeah.
Why? What?
Well, it has to surely. I don't know. I really don't know. I genuinely have no idea. But surely it has something to do with like chemicals. It's a chemical reaction of some sort, right? It has to be. Dude. There's got to be a
But
scientific.
okay, so like, what's so interesting? You think of it, because like if you get a roaring fire, sometimes like obviously there's spark, so that's a little tiny piece of the wood still burning. But you get like you get a chunk of wood, it's just pure wood, no chemical, like literally the purest form of wood.
Yeah.
You get a roaring, there'll be times there'll be literally like a little flame detach itself from like the tongues, like if you keep watching it, and
Right.
and it's by itself, so it's not like connected to the wood or anything. What is that little colored piece? Of
Oh, right. Yeah.
like, what is that?
Man, dude, I don't know. I've never thought about it. I've literally never thought about it. Fire's been fire.
It's just very interesting. Like I don't personally have an answer for
Right.
it. But I don't personally have an answer for it. It's just a very interesting thought. I think we've talked about it before, like with Young Turks around a campfire. But like
It's
it's always a thing. It's obviously a process. It's just some of those things like obviously, there's probably some scientific, like, okay, this molecule plus this molecule makes this, which makes a fire or something. Like, there probably is that, but just on the very simplest form, like, what is an actual flame of fire? It just is very interesting.
Let me try to figure that out. I'm going to look something up here.
Also, another really crazy thing, while I'm at it on a roll, what does it smell like underwater?
Dude, nothing smells underwater. Okay, actually. Okay. This is going to be really weird. Well, I don't know if I should go here or not. I don't think anything smells like. So you're meaning
smell underwater?
I like. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. If you fart in the bathtub, you can smell your fart, and it smells different. Okay, I know. I was trying to decide whether to say.
So many issues with this right now.
Okay, but you can't
You're
smell.
taking baths. You're farting at them.
Okay, dude. Okay, look, I thought, and I said I wasn't even going to share it, but I genuinely, hear me out.
Okay.
It smells different. But are you meaning, like, if I'm underwater, what can I smell, like, if I'm under there?
Yeah.
Because I believe nothing. No.
Because you can't sniff in water.
Yeah. So you can't smell anything.
Right. It's more of just a funny question, if anything. Because you practically cannot smell in water.
Right, because you'd sniff in water.
But, like, if you could somehow, like...
What would it be like?
It's another, like, impossibility, but, like, that what if? I mean, probably fishy, honestly. Because, like, that's what you get the smell of, like, as you get to the ocean or something.
That's fishy, yeah.
Or, like, I picture, like, I know they make these little things that, like, go to the bottom of the floor and, like, suck all the water out dry so you can actually stay on the ocean floor but be in, like, a dry cubicle. They make machines like that.
Right.
Like, I'm sure it probably smells fishy. But you're smelling
That's
the
true.
dirt and stuff, so that's, like, so probably somehow if you could just smell underwater, it would
Okay,
smell fishy.
I have another animal fact. I know two. Okay, but this one...
Last time you about did two, too.
No, this one's actually really good.
Doubling
And it's
up.
about frogs. So, obviously, I'm covering this.
Again?
No, this one's really cool. There's some frogs called wood frogs that live in Alaska, and they can freeze solid during the wintertime.
I've heard this.
No heartbeat, no breathing, and then they'll thaw out in the spring and be like a normal frog. So, like, their body, like, literally, somehow.
Can't a lot of fish do that, too?
What?
I think a lot of fish do that, too.
Okay, but explain to me how
you
that is
can-
even
yeah.
physically possible. Your body literally quits working. You're dead. You are literally dead.
You're done.
And then all of a sudden, I mean, what if all the people that died in the past, like all of a sudden in the summertime, they came back?
They're trying that. They're trying to freeze human dead bodies.
They are.
Yeah, and see if they can get, or like.
That's not true.
It is.
It is
You can
true.
look it up.
I'm not looking that up. That's
Yeah.
weird.
When we're done at some point, you should look it up. It's very true.
That
But
okay.
people are like, or even requesting that they be frozen and see if they can be like taken back.
Okay,
And
I
be
just
brought
to
back
me
in the
that's like
future.
that. How does God how does it happen,
Yeah.
dude? How do you-
Obviously, God has made the metabolism.
Oh, my
like,
word.
I think I know a lot of fish. I've even seen videos where they'll literally take like a chunk of ice out of like a pond and a fish is frozen in it.
Yeah.
And they'll melt it and the fish starts swimming again once the block of ice melts. But I think, I think at least with the fish, they're still technically alive. They're just their heart rate and body, like their metabolism and everything, just slow down to basically nothing, and so they don't need like circulation or flow or anything. It just doesn't need anything. They're still like technically living, but
But I just don't know.
it's the whole thought of what did he say? The snail or something? The one time they said that like they can like decide if they're gonna come back that year or not.
Yeah, snail. I think
But
it's
like
snail.
it's
Yeah.
the same thing. Like how does a body run or an insect or whatever
Run all
for
winter
that
without-
long without actually needing something?
I just like I've always been like that is weird to me because we can't
Yeah.
comprehend that obviously because we have to eat, we have to
Yeah.
do stuff, but evidently their
It is-
metabolism
it is
or
really, really cool.
or something is like that slow
Yeah.
that it just doesn't really ultimately affect them that bad.
This is actually cool. That's very interesting. Yeah. No, that's cool. Hey,
But it's
you
good.
redeemed yourself. Something Something I didn't want
I
to say.
redeem myself. This is
Something I didn't want to say.
Lovely.
And like, even like Tris and I, like we have a lot of fun podcasting, and we've got some really good laughs, which is so good to laugh. But so between even talking about contentment on our last podcast, I was going to add another one to that. Connect a couple. I can't remember which ones I was going to connect, but I think it's so important. So even like these random crazy facts in life, and even these animal facts, like
yeah.
as small as they seem, like we want our podcast to be encouraging, but like find joy in the small things, but also just laugh, like just find opportunities to do
yeah.
things in life just to make you laugh. Like okay, maybe things are going on in this world, but don't like we live in an amazing time. We
Yeah.
do.
Oh,
For
yeah.
one, we can see all these information, and like okay, we do have technology. In one
I can
sense,
find all the information I want about animals.
You just
I
don't.
do. No, I do. I knew everything about that.
Anyway, there's just like we can
Yeah.
see God's beauty in God's creation, and
Oh,
God
yeah.
is so good. He is so good. I want you guys all to be encouraged. That, like, he is. Yeah, don't be discouraged by the little things in life, and that's why it's not like something I purpose. It's like I don't hardly keep up with the news at all because like it's so easy for me to start focusing on that and focus on the negative in the world. And like yes, there are bad things going on in the world, but don't worry about that. Like God has created
Right.
a universe for us to enjoy. He's focus on the beauty of that. Focus on something
Oh,
that's
yeah.
like these intriguing, like the flame. Like God created fire. Like,
Fire,
no, we don't
yeah.
necessarily have to know what it is, but like realize that like God created something so interesting and so cool, even the same as like these fires, or like even just something that's like I've been working on. And I just encourage all you guys just to like be intrigued by some of the smallest things in life. And it may
That's
seem like,
good.
okay, I'm a kid. Like, no, don't look at it as being like a kid. Just
Right.
don't put yourself like, oh, I have to be so theologically minded. I can't go back to the small moments and the simple things in life.
Right.
Anyway.
That actually spurs off the verse I feel like I want to leave them with. What you just said, like, oh man, that hits it really good. So I'm gonna share it, and then
Okay.
we gotta spur off that. The verse is, so do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous hand.
Mm-hmm.
I just think, spurring off what you just said, like, it's so easy to fear. There's so many things that, like, maybe they seem scary.
Yeah.
Or we can just get scared. But don't fear. Like,
Right.
God's got us. Enjoy the small things in life.
Mm-hmm.
Trust God. Like, He's huge. I mean, we're small. Sometimes we think we're big. He's massive.
Mm-hmm.
He's bigger than the whole world. So
100%.
I think, like, to sum this whole thing up, I think trusting God, not fearing, and looking and enjoying the small things in life,
Yeah.
I think is really good.
Right. Like, yeah, because as a follower of Christ, and if you're truly in the palm of God's hand,
Right.
you don't have to
Right.
worry about what's going on in the world. It will happen, and yeah, there might be a line of just like, okay, not being stupid, like
Yeah.
just like, okay, being at least knowledgeable, but at the same time, don't worry about it. God's
Yeah,
got
just give it to
it.
Him.
Then you can just
yeah.
enjoy life. Like He's gonna uphold you, as like your verse was saying. Like,
Yeah.
just don't be afraid.
Yeah.
that is so good.
Absolutely. Well, everyone, how about, like, enjoying life? Go out and enjoy life this coming week, and we'll be back.